Is everything working? I can't hear you at all. Says you're offline. Very well, I guess. I don't know what to do.
Oh, she left as I'm trying to come back in. Are you kidding me? And now I got the audio fixed. What the fudge? Now you can hear us. Anyone else want to call it a day early? Oh my God. Okay, I got to wait for Dee to come back in. Let me send her a DM that it was me and I needed her to stay put. What a day, folks. What a day. Oh my God. Okay, let's see if we can get Dee back in here. This is just one. It's a Monday, isn't it? Right? Yeah, it's Monday. That explains everything. All right. I am so sorry. We are running so far behind. It's 90% my fault. Um, I messed up the system a tad. I apologize. And it took me a few minutes to figure it out. But now that it's set, there shouldn't be a problem again. So now we're just waiting for Dee to get back. Oh, it's Tuesday. Oh my God. Nope. I'm done. I retire. I'm retiring. Oh, oh shit. Oh my God. What a day. What a day. What a day. Um, oh my Lord. I'm telling y'all, folks, has been wild. Last night, I started smelling smoke. I'm searching around the house, tearing everything apart. Like, what is going on with this nonsense? I'm going up a wall. Turns out the USB port that's built into my bed shorted out. And yeah, it's like, why? Why and why some more? So, where's Heidi?
Hello?
It was me, not you. It was me.
Okay.
Um, you sound muffled. I take it little guy's resting?
Yeah, I'm down by him. He's snoring right now.
Mm,
Um, so that everybody knows, we've had obvious technical difficulties today. Um,
understatement.
and in addition, the baby's really sick. Um, first fever, uh, projectile vomiting, so bad, so that it went into his eyes, which was funny but not funny at the same time. Uh, screamed at the top of his lungs for half an hour. Then that got him calmed down, so I went and got a warm compress and rubbed him down. So I stripped him completely down to his diaper, and he is smashed, obviously in his favorite spot, the boob and the armpit. So with his nose pressed
Yeah.
up against my, yeah, he is. Not feeling good at all.
That does
Um,
not surprise me one bit.
nope. So that's where we're at with that. Um, so I think today we wanted to talk about,
Dingbat communist wannabe dictator of New York.
yeah, hold on one second. I'm reading Blue's notes. Blah, 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 blah. My mom didn't have surgery. Her
Her
platelets are too
platelets.
low.
Yeah. I figured it was platelets, not pallets, but still entertaining nonetheless.
Blue, are you fucking kidding me? Honest to God, these people are so fucking stupid. I'm swearing today because I'm in the mood.
Well, the
Uh,
platelets are required for clotting after the surgery. Otherwise,
oh,
during surgery, she
no,
definitely wouldn't do good.
here's the problem. You have 30 days to get blood work and get everything all fixed up. In this particular case, they waited to do the blood work a couple days before surgery was scheduled.
Well, platelet levels, your clotting factors can change from day to day.
Well, they could have checked it 30 days ago or 29 or 28 to see if it
Yeah,
was
but
okay.
okay,
I
but
understand that. I understand that. I'm just saying if they were low at that time, it could have been addressed. I mean,
yes, it could
so
have been addressed, but it could have been normal, and then they went in and did surgery and then found out, "Oh, shit, it changed in the last
okay,
28, 29 days."
so then why are they doing it 30 days? Why are they if that's
Most
the
people
problem?
for whatever.
No, no, don't whatever. You ain't walking away from that. I want to know why
Why?
normally for
Because
major.
in normal people who don't have platelet problems or iron deficiency problems, it's fine to do 30 days out. But
Yeah, but
if you have anemia and other platelet problems and
I
other blood
understand that.
problems, they have to do it
Right.
sooner so they don't kill you on the operating table. But
I
other normal
understand that.
people, yeah, it's fine to do 30
But
days
I
out. It's
think,
not a big difference.
right, but I think she's a normal person to my knowledge. Blue, if there's any
Oh,
difference to that, uh, I don't know. I
yeah.
don't know that
I
she
always
has a
assume the
problem or
worst case
not.
scenario until they tell me otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, because I'll tell you what, if that's the case, then from now on, when I have surgery, I'm telling them I only want my blood work done a week before surgery.
Well, do you have a clotting disorder?
I have anemia, iron deficiency, all of that happy horse shit.
Are
No
you on
clotting
heparin
issue.
or a heparin type drug every single day?
I have been. Yes, ma'am.
Then they shouldn't be letting it go like that. They should be checking it not only 30 days out, but like within a few days of the surgery, they should do a recheck on your
Mm-hmm.
platelets.
Right.
That makes
Right.
sense.
Right.
Or they, at
But
least in your case, they know that you're on a blood thinner. They would have extra blood on hand just in case.
case, right. And that's all I'm asking is I don't understand why if for a regular, I don't know how they decide what a regular person is. You know what I mean? And if there could
By
be these
routine
potential,
medical blood work over their medical history, known medical history, and the blood work in advance. Do they sometimes miss it? Yes. Sometimes people miss it, or sometimes someone took an aspirin the night before the surgery, or
you know,
they had an alcoholic drink the night before and their liver didn't process it right and they bleed out. It can happen.
yeah. I mean, I had that surgery and then that one big one, and then they came in and said, "Oh, we're going to give you an iron transfusion now." So it was done like after the fact instead of
Well,
before.
yeah, no point giving you iron beforehand if you're going to lose all that blood.
Yeah.
They could just Why waste the iron? Wait till you bleed out a bit, and then once they close you up, they put the iron in with the new blood.
Well, some of it just doesn't make sense to me. That's all. That's all I'm suggesting is I don't understand why they sent her a couple days before surgery was due. I believe there are no issues. So if there aren't any issues, I don't know. It just seems like, and I understand what
Obviously,
you're
there would have
saying,
been
where
issues, otherwise they wouldn't have had her do a second blood test closer to the surgery. There might have been some underlying medical issue that maybe wasn't thought about by anyone in a conversation, but it
they didn't
matters
do
to the doctor.
right, but they didn't do one. This is the first one that they've done, to my knowledge.
Well,
They did
maybe.
not do, yeah, they didn't do one previously.
Well, again, not to your knowledge, and even if they didn't, maybe it's because they knew this was a medical condition and they wanted to wait till closer to the surgery to do it. I
Yeah,
mean, surgeons can be weird motherfuckers. They are like, you want to talk about some class the what is it? That what is that? Class A personality conditions or whatever, person type A personality.
type A. Mm-hmm.
Talk to a surgeon. Like, you look at them wrong in a surgery and they will kick you out of the operating room
Mm-hmm.
and never work with you again. There are some who are
Do you
just like that.
You would think that they would tell you that, though. You know what I mean? As part of the uh,
Well, they may
procedural.
have told her mother that, but that doesn't mean her mother told everybody else that.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Uh,
mean that she thought to tell you that. I mean, it depends on what's important to the person relaying the info, whether it gets relayed or not.
yeah. Well, to the best of my knowledge, I think this is as we say up here, a clusterfuck. I would
Yeah.
guarantee I'll place a couple dollars on it. And to boot, they made her pay in advance for the surgery, her portion.
Mhm.
So
So
yeah,
as much as it's paid for, now all they gotta do is make sure that everything's in order, get it together, reschedule it, and go through this whole
yeah,
process again and again.
yeah. Hold on 1 second, Crazy B. EJ's here. Okay. Huh? I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay. All right. So we shall sit here patiently, waiting and seeing where things go. I have things lined up. I've just got to make sure I have them all in the right order. So be patient with me while I'm doing that because she's dealing with what she's got on her end. Be patient with me, folks. Okay, let me delete that one. We don't need it. Okay. Lord have mercy. Um, okay, that's that one. What was this one? Okay, got that one. All right, got that one. Don't have that one available. Don't have that one available yet. Got that one. The rest is good. There are two that I don't have, but I don't think it's going to make a difference because we have plenty to cover today. Okay, sorry. We are waiting for Dee to pop back in. Um, I'm not sure if she wanted to chime in on some of this stuff right away. So please be patient. Don't get mad at me. I'm doing my bestest. And I do apologize for the absolute cluster fudge of getting this live stream started today. It didn't go well. It's been a day. It really, truly has. Ah, there is D. Are we ready to
Oh,
start again?
I think so. One more time. How many tries is this now? Five, four,
Uh, something
four at
like
least. All
that.
right, so let me come in as I came in before. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us. As usual, we were experiencing technical difficulties in addition to having yeah, listen to me, JJ, sick as
The
all hell,
JJ.
right? Yeah, uh, first projectile vomiting, including all over me. I didn't even mention that. Uh, but the funniest part was, I mean, I felt bad. It's sad, but it was funny at the same time because he was so shocked. If you would have saw the look on his face, that he projectile vomited and it came through his nose and shot up into his eyes. So his eyelids were covered in vomit. I mean, it was sad. It was
Uh,
sad. It was really I didn't have time. I didn't think it was appropriate to take a picture of it, although I would have loved to. Uh,
oh, speaking of picture, I got one to share.
oh yeah,
Cutie pie.
I I think this may have been an indicator potentially.
I think it very
So,
well could have as well. So,
uh-huh.
um,
Yep,
I think this very much was an indicator little dude was not feeling good.
yep,
Let me
that it
pull up
was
the
the
right
start.
one. Yeah, little guy was not feeling the greatest.
So they were up at camp. It was hot as hell, and he radiates heat through his head like a furnace. And and his brother are the same way. I mean, they are so hot, it's unbelievable. So they put a coal rag on top of his head. But I think that look is, hmm,
He looks like an
mad.
old
Like,
grandma who's screaming at you to get out of the flower garden with a little
there you go.
babushka. He looks like a
Mm-hmm.
grandma with a babushka and
There you go.
screaming at
Like, get
you.
out of my,
Get out of
yeah,
my
like, get the F,
flowers!
yeah, get out of there. Yeah, hey, Vanilla. And, but I think this was probably the start of him not feeling good.
It very well could have been, and that would
Yeah,
explain the projectile vomiting
right.
that you
And
witnessed today.
yeah, and he spent all day yesterday sleeping for the most part. And then,
Oh yeah, little man was
and then,
getting sick.
and then, listening to him cry for half an hour solid, that was hard. Because I felt bad for him. I mean, he
Oh,
was
of
so exhausted.
course.
Yeah. So we shall see how things go. But I
Yeah.
mean, he got it. He got everything. He got me. He got the pad that he sleeps on. Luckily, I keep a towel on top of that. He had it got another all over his shirt. I mean, it was just a mess. So I feel bad for my baby.
I know, I would
Oh,
too.
so anyway,
Aw.
we apologize for our lack of professionalism as usual, but hey, that's us, and that's why we're named direct sisters. And
Well,
you know,
again, let's take in everything that happened over the weekends. Okay. I mean, heck,
oh, this
what
is
even
true.
happened yesterday? I was muted when I was
True.
trying to explain the USB port on my bed shorted out, causing a fire smell. And me and my daughter are tearing apart the room trying to figure out where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wheeling myself around to my doctor's on Monday before all of that. And then there was the helping family transitioning stuff back and forth and all that that was going
Right.
on and everything, storms going on. Like,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. I think
And that,
we're due for a vacation. Screw this shit.
and I think, yeah, and I thought that I was going to have a nice weekend where I would get things accomplished,
Uh huh.
but no, the bone pain decided that it would be intense,
Uh huh.
and it was so bad I was crying and screaming, and oh, it was terrible.
Yep. I can
It was
absolutely
absolutely
understand.
horrendous, and I know what the baby feels like because that's how I felt like all over the weekend.
Uh
I
huh.
mean, that truly like beside yourself and nothing that anybody could say or do. You know, Eric came home and he's like, you know, what can I get you? Can I? I'm like, just get away from me. Don't even talk. Don't even turn on a light. Don't make a peep. Just be quiet.
Yeah, I
How I
absolutely
am
understand
usually
that.
is just leave me alone kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
I get that. Been there, done that
we
multiple times.
shall see. So we decided that today, rather than go through our traditional what's happened over the weekend, uh, Mamdani from New York, who's running for mayor, the socialist Democrat or the Democrat socialist, whatever he's being called, uh, that it was more
A
important to kind
contradiction.
of take a look at him with all of the research that we had started to gather. So, with what we have, Crazy B, what do you think? Is it going to take most of today, or we'll go into tomorrow, or what are you thinking?
Oh, today, tomorrow for sure, and possibly part of Thursday.
Crazy B,
Oh,
that
come
son of a
on.
bitch. Here
Really?
we go again. I'm really just about done.
Oh, come on. I can't tell if it's me who needs to go or her. Okay, anyone in the audience, can you hear me or D or both? Oh, never mind. She just solved it for us. And there's part of the frustration of not being able to communicate without Evmux being stupid. Oh, Lord have mercy. Pray for us. Pray for us. Okay, trying to see how this is going to play out. Can anyone hear me? I'm curious. I want to make sure I'm being heard. Oh, my mic is loud coming through. I apologize. I didn't know my mic was coming through that loud. Okay, so it's definitely not my audio. Okay. All righty. Let me mute this. We can go back to the studio. I'm not sure where Dee went. She might have had a phone call, and she was in the middle of explaining that this may take us well, I was helping her explain, but she couldn't hear me explaining that we have so much on this guy. It could literally take us into Thursday. There is a lot of people, Democrat and Republican alike, who are not thrilled with this guy. I'm trying to see. Hold on. It's going to be one of those days. Um, what is going on in the world? Sorry, I don't know how to sing. Um, Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. I don't know what happened that led to the audio unsyncing again.
It's getting frustrating.
Was it the feds who liked the picture of your grandsons?
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Yeah,
I think it's
try explaining that one.
I don't know what or how. I really don't. All
I
right.
sent a
I'm going to go.
picture. Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
go ahead. No, I was just going to tell them the story of it, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Um
I had asked you a question. Do we have enough of Mamdani for tomorrow or what?
Yeah, and I was answering you, but you couldn't hear me. And I said we actually have enough to definitely do tomorrow and possibly most of Thursday, if not all of Thursday.
Okay, because I have additional stuff for him, so
Well, there was
it's
one
different
video,
than
there was no point editing anything out because it was
right,
really good talking points, except when they were talking over each other. Morons.
right, right.
It's wait your turn. Raise your hand to speak.
Uh, yeah, and that's the fault of the
Piers
moderator.
Morgan one. Yep.
Uh-huh. He tends to
Mhm.
do that though. All
Oh,
right,
I
go ahead.
know.
Hit it.
Let's hit play.
Joining me now for his first national interview since yesterday's election in New York City is Zoran Mamdani. It's great to see you. I don't know if you've slept, and I'm sure you are still processing what happened last night. A lot of people on our team stayed up and watched your speech. I just laid out how I think you garnered as much support as you did. As you've processed this, what did I miss?
I think you covered quite a bit of how we got to this point, and I think the only thing I would really add is this volunteer team that we've built of now more than 50,000 people, they are the New Yorkers for whom democracy had started to lose meaning. It started to lose its relevance to the struggles of everyday New Yorkers. And they are the ones who for so long had not seen themselves in our local politics. And yet they are also the ones who brought us to this point, who knocked on more than 1.5 million doors across the 5 boroughs and showcased that a vision for a New York City, currently the most expensive city in the United States, a vision that would make it affordable, is one that speaks not only to progressives, but speaks to New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs, from Harlem to Bay Ridge, and speaks to the very fact that ultimately what city government's job is to make this city that much easier to live in and actually achieve the very dreams that brought you here in the first place.
As I'm sure you know, you probably haven't consumed all of it, I suppose, but there's been a lot of analysis, a ton, on what your success last night and in the last couple of weeks means nationally for the Democratic Party. Unquestionably, it means
I can tell you what it means for the Democratic Party. Y'all have fallen way far away from democracy if you think this is a Democrat talking on this interview. He is not a Democrat. He is a communist, a socialist, anything other than Democrat or Republican. He does not support democracy. He is exploiting democracy to get into power to change the local rules. Um, oh, we lost D again. Shit. Yeah, dude absolutely is not a Democrat.
something about how people campaign, but what do you think it means?
I think it is part of a larger referendum on where our party goes. And I think
Oh, do we have D back for good this time?
I don't know. I got blown out completely. The entire Evmux went on and kicked me right out to the main page.
Is it
But
weather or internet issue in your area?
no, ma'am.
One second. I'm going to mute for a minute. I'll be right back.
One more thing happens and I'm done for the day. I see in the chat somebody new, and I may pronounce your first name incorrectly. Is it Med Mendhav? Mendhav? I know the last name is Desai. I actually had a doctor by that name.
Ooh, itchy. I noticed them earlier. I wasn't sure. I know you said hello to a vanilla pie who's not in the chat.
He was earlier. His name did appear.
Nope, I just looked at the whole. Oh, you probably appeared in one of the ones I had to end.
Oh, okay.
That would make sense. But we have massive storm clouds overhead here. So, uh, but I was explaining that the Democratic Party, if they vote for this guy, they're not voting for democracy. They're voting for communism, socialism, everything but democracy. And this guy is using democracy as a tool to get into a position where he can then subvert it into something that it
Well,
is not
the
ever meant
pro
to have been.
the problem is they did vote for him in the primary. I mean, yeah, and
Yes.
so
That goes to show you that the percentage of New York that was available to vote in a primary on that day is very stupid. They
right.
are
Well,
borderline
the other
the
thing,
medical diagnosis IQ level of severe mental impairment.
well, when the other issue it didn't help, you have Eric Adams, Curtis Cleveland, and
And Jackass Cuomo. Jackass
correct, all
Cuomo
running.
running.
So
Yes.
the votes are split between the three of them, and
Oh no,
instead
four,
of
because that Curtis Sela,
yeah, I said his name
Sliwa.
right, but the votes are being split between those three instead of just one of them to go up against,
Yeah.
uh, you know.
Sweetheart, quit running in and out and make sure that door is closed. I don't want the air conditioning going out the front door. I'm sorry.
I don't disagree with that
But yeah,
statement.
it's a messed up situation in New York right now. And what these people don't realize is there is such a thing as giving the corruption two middle fingers and saying none of this is acceptable and we are not voting for anyone to take place until we have someone who's actually worth voting for.
Well, okay.
Absolutely do not allow this crap to continue. Get your state assembly together and say enough is enough.
Well, I doubt very much that's going to happen, unfortunately.
I get that, but again, look at what happened to California. And that's with the state assembly that California managed to end up like
Right.
that.
Yep.
Look at Detroit. Look at Chicago.
Mm.
Michigan finally brought its state assembly back a few years ago.
Well, they're going to be in for a, a big shock. That's putting it mildly. But Trump did say that if he gets in, he will intervene.
How?
So I don't know. I don't know
That's a
exactly what he.
massive overreach of power. I pray
Well,
he doesn't do anything that's stupid.
well, I pray he does because this guy here, I think, is extremely dangerous.
Oh, I know he's dangerous, but if the election was duly and properly held, there was no cheating, there is no reason for a president to intercept. That is a massive overreach. That is part of what led to the Civil War back in the 1860s was Abraham Lincoln basically doing the same thing.
Well, we'll see what he does. That's all
I
I can tell you is that
right. And
he
if Trump
he's
does that, I will not support him on anything.
well. He said that they're taking a look at his citizenship, his status for his citizenship. I think it
That's
has.
fine. Investigate all you
Yep,
want,
right. I believe that
but
there's
cannot
something to do
interfere
with.
with the state level.
No, we shall
Because we are
see.
not a top down country. We do not have a finite leader at the top who tells everyone underneath them what to do. The states tell the federal government what to do. Trump would be so far out of line. I would ask for him to be impeached over it. And I don't care all the good he's done. Cannot do that. Despite now, if they want to investigate and they find a legal ground to remove the guy, fine. Whatever. But Trump cannot go in and just say, "Oh, we don't like this guy as a governor of a state, so we're going to get rid of him." No, that's not how it works. Um,
Well, I'm dying for him to get rid of whatever. If this guy is truly going to bring in the
I get that. I
socialist
don't
agenda, then
socialist agendas,
he
but
needs
that's
to
up to the
go.
people. But that is up to the people to remove him, not the president.
Well, you just said they were all dumb and
I don't
mentally.
care how dumb they are. They
Uh,
still have the rights to their vote and they can elect all the idiots they
well,
want. They're dumb. We cannot tell them what to do in their own state.
we shall see.
That becomes authoritarianship, like, North Korea, China, Russia, all the places we're supposed to
Right.
be
I
fighting.
I understand all that. I understand all that. I'm just saying here we go again. It's got to be, some whack job, you know, trying to take over and, manipulate
I know.
things, and it's
All we
just
can do
totally
is
unacceptable.
warn them that this is coming and that they need to prevent this.
Uh,
We cannot do anything else. I wish we had to a degree. I wish we had the rights to stop
oh,
people from being
Jesus.
morons. You okay?
I just slipped out. Yeah, I just slipped out of my sock and fell onto the couch. Luckily, it was the couch and not the floor. So
Oh,
much
wow.
for, wait, so much for gripper socks.
They grip so well.
Honest to goodness, they grip so well. I actually, I actually twisted. I twisted. Thank goodness it was onto the couch and not onto the floor.
Mhm.
This day can't get any worse. Yes, it could. Shut up, Dave. Uh,
Oh, yeah, it could.
I'm looking. I'm
It
looking.
very much could, and I'm not
I'm trying.
knock on some wood, girl, knock on some wood.
I know. I'm trying to get to the bedroom, but I lost the clicker to the TV, and Derek will have
So
a
leave it
fit.
on until someone else gets there to shut it off.
Well, Eric will have a fit because, I always lose the damn thing. I don't know what the hell I did with
Oh,
it.
shit.
What?
The thunder and the wind and the lightning outside. If I lose power, just yeah.
Yeah, if she loses power and everything goes down, that means one moment, please. We are experiencing technical difficulties, and we'll be back on Wednesday.
No, we're having thunder like every 5 to 10 seconds tops.
Mm-hmm. I told you, it's been like it's starting to get dark right now, so I'm assuming you're going to be sending the weather over shortly. And,
Should be about 3 to 5 hours.
okay. And, um,
And that's if it moves in
it,
that trajectory.
yeah, and it has rained for weeks on end, nonstop. And it's going to rain again several days this week. And I mean heavy rain, just not like a
Uh-huh.
nice light rain. We're talking thunderstorms, power outages. Uh,
Someone's playing with that little
yes, they
ionic
are.
thingy harp or whatever to control
Yes,
the weather.
yes, ma'am. I would
Oh,
agree with
I
you.
okay, new conspiracy. Marjorie Taylor Greene rigged up
Yes.
with a bunch of people to cause this weather so she could get that bill to pass to skim money off the top.
Oh, get the hell out of here. Are you serious? That's a
Hey,
good
we could
one.
say it about the left. We might as well say it about the
Say it
right.
about the right. Yeah, that's funny as all hell.
Please
But that,
stand
you
by.
know what?
The mushroom cloud will dissipate shortly.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I never even would think to do something like that. That is freaking awesome.
I'm going over the
You know
top
that?
wild. You know I'm going over the top wild,
I
but it
know,
wouldn't
but that is
surprise
a
me if it
good,
was real.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's a damn good idea though. You know what I mean? Like mess with the weather and then you get your bill passed. I
Hmm.
like it. I'm
Well,
impressed.
I mean, that's kind of what the DEA did with the drug control issue.
True. Yep, true.
It's kind of what the ATF does with the gun
The
control.
guns. Yep.
It's what the terrorist organizations and the
Yeah.
CIA and the NSA do. I mean,
Yep. Keep going. Keep it
shall
going.
we continue? Oh my God. I mean, it would not surprise me. I've often said both sides are equally corrupt. So maybe she has got something going on, working with the people to mess with the weather. So, hey, we can pass this bill.
Right, right.
They're
That's a
never
good
going to pass it
idea.
unless there's a reason to. Let's give them a
Exactly.
reason. Like your parents, stop crying or I'll give you a reason to
So,
cry.
yeah, exactly. That's
I don't
funny.
want to sound too Alexi Jones ish.
But you know what? I
Alex
mean,
Jones ish. But,
but
yeah.
it is a good idea when you think about it.
Well, I don't know. Given what happened in Texas and all those people who died, all the people
This
who
is
died in
true.
North Carolina last year in that hurricane,
Right. If
what's
she
been
is
going on right now?
right, if she is manipulating the weather, then there is kind of a problem, I would say.
Yeah. No, I get it. If we're not controlling the weather, some other country will. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care. No.
Yep.
Oh my
A little bit,
God.
it's a little bit too much.
Yeah. Anywho, let's get back on topic with Mamdani and his Communist Manifesto for New York and why people in New York need to say no to this guy.
I think one of the hopes that we had from the very beginning of this campaign was to move our political instinct from lecturing to listening. You know, at the national level, after the presidential election, we saw that New York was actually the state with the largest swing in the country towards Donald Trump, 11.5 points, and that swing took place far from the caricature of Trump voters, instead taking place in the hearts of immigrant New York City. And I went to those neighborhoods. I went to Fordham Road in the Bronx and Hillside Avenue in Queens. And I asked those New Yorkers, the vast majority of whom were Democrats, why they voted for Trump and what it would take to bring them back to the Democratic Party. And again, what I heard from them was cost of living, was an inability to afford the very things they recalled being able to purchase.
Okay, so instead of providing more jobs to American citizens,
Right?
instead of cutting
Giving
taxes from the
illegals everything.
corporations
Right?
so they could afford it, no, we're just going to turn around, overtax the rich, and give the rest of you this stuff for free or cheap.
Correct. Correct.
And that'll run the rich people out, and then there's no one to pay the taxes to cover.
Right? So who's
Like,
going to pay
no,
for it after that? The working
nobody.
class. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the
And the
working
working class
class.
ain't going to play
Right.
that game.
Right. Well, they're going to be stuck with the decisions that they made.
Well, no one can look further than down the I can't afford it right now. Okay, I can't
Right.
afford shit right now, but I ain't gonna sit there and start voting in a communist because he's got a better solution. No, his
Hmm.
solution will do more damage in the long run down the road than suffering through right now until things balance out with a Republican putting in the proper tax policies that will balance things out smoothly over so many years.
Well, that I don't disagree with that. The problem is you have people, especially young people, out there wanting to vote for him. Who wants to
I
vote
like
for Cuomo? You know what I mean?
Cuomo's got enough of a history.
Yeah, with
No one
everything that
wants him.
he's done. Yeah, no, exactly. So then you're left with,
Protest.
right. Then you're left,
Politely, properly protest, stand at those election lines and say, I refuse to vote until we get someone worth voting for. Find me someone worth voting for. Or run for office yourself. That's an option too. Oh, D, are you still there? Oh, bugger. It looks like we lost D again. Uh oh. Or is it me who's lost?
Crazy B, are you still there?
I'm here. Are you there? Oh,
No.
crap. She can't
I'm
hear
telling
me.
you guys, I'm going to scream.
She can't hear me.
Oh,
Oh, here we go again. Let me send the message. Okay, let me pop this up. Yes, we have a massive storm, sweetie. Let's hope she sees her phone. Uh huh. But the plants needed the water. All right, sweetie. Will you do me a favor? Clean up some of that living room. Get any trash or stuff, any food bowls scraped and then rinsed out and stacked for washing. Could you do that for me really quick? Uh oh. I don't think D sees the comment I keep flashing. Uh oh. Uh oh. Ooh, we have some major storms. All right, till she gets back, let's hit play.
4 years ago. And when they told me what it would take, they said again and again, a relentless focus on an economic agenda. And ultimately, in listening,
He doesn't control the overall economic agenda, as Art pointed out right here. He can't fix it. He can't. So, what makes him think he can make it better? Oh, state run grocery stores. There we go. State run. More tax money on the people. Yeah. This ain't going to work. This ain't going to work. New York is way too big for this to work. Hi, Dee. Are you back
Oh,
again?
yeah. I,
Tag, you're it.
I'm telling you one more time, and I just might call it quits today.
We could call it an early day if it happens again, and we can pick up tomorrow and just go through Wednesday and Thursday for sure.
This is
But
crazy today. What the hell is going on?
I can't
Oh,
tell you. I can't tell you
when
for sure. I can
I'm
make my
telling you,
speculations.
honest to goodness, this is crazy.
I think it's
Anyway,
the NSA mad at us.
somebody is after this weekend, most definitely.
It's not my fault they slipped up and added an extra like to the
Yep,
comment.
dumbasses. Oh, thank goodness
All right.
we found the clicker.
Yay.
Oh, I
All
almost
right.
threw it in the wash along with the
Oh,
vomit.
funny thing about the wash. Oh my God. Over the weekend, Buddy did laundry and he
Right.
comes to me after trying to pull the clothes out of the dryer. He's like, Mom, look. And I look and there's a nice, shiny, sparkly, clean 9mm bullet.
Yes. Mm. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
How'd that happen, I wonder?
State run groceries. He's going to find out food cost what it costs. It's not high because the store is making huge profits. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Oh,
Exactly.
yes. Oh, yeah. He's going to learn the hard way, as is every dingbat who doesn't know how this works. And again, I was not an expert in economy, and I'm still not an expert in economy, but I sure as hell, have learned a lot about how the economy works over the past 10 years.
Well, and especially after we did a whole series on the economy. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, that's why I said in the last
Yeah.
10 years, I have learned a hell of a lot more than they ever taught us in school.
It's cool. Exactly.
I knew the basics, supply and demand, this, that, the other, infrastructure, shipping, all that stuff. Some of this other stuff that they don't teach you, that's why people are ignorant to this. Oh, we can get it for free, or it'll be cheaper
Uh-huh.
if we do it this way crap.
Right. Right.
No, y'all aren't sure? Go watch our, what was it, almost month long on the economy, month
It was,
long running
yeah.
series.
Yeah, it was supposed to be what, 3 days? And it turned into a massive project. Yeah. And we had to
Yes.
stop, yeah, we had to stop ourselves or we'd still be working on it.
Oh, don't get me started. And don't the same with the Ukraine aid.
Ugh.
Holy crap. Is
USAID.
Zelensky corrupt? Is
Yeah.
Zelensky corrupt led to sheer insanity?
Yep.
So, yes. All
And
right,
then
let's
the
try to
whole
get
corrupt politician series that's still not completed.
I don't think that'll ever be completed. Are you kidding?
No, nope. We could do one of them a week. We still
Mhm.
wouldn't touch
We
them.
could do one a
Those.
day and still not scratch the surface.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ugh. All right, let's hit play, try to get through a bit more.
listening to them, we built a campaign that was explicitly about making this city affordable. And I think
No, it
too often in
wasn't.
politics, there's a desire to impose what you think the debate is upon the people that you're seeking to represent, as opposed to listening to the
No, I agree with him. they really assume what the people want and don't listen, but he is exploiting what they said and twisting it to fit his communist agenda.
Right. To fit his narrative.
Yes. And by this is like that kind of like how would I the best way to word this? I kind of want to say the wolf in sheep's clothing. He appears to genuinely want to fit in and
Exactly.
care, but in the end, his intentions are far from good.
Exactly. I
He
would agree
is
with
that
that.
wolf in Little Red Riding Hood.
Uh-huh.
Just know this is what those fairy tales were about. And you know what the biggest problem is? Over the years, those fairy tales have been edited. And I have been on a kick on YouTube at night, following the true stories behind the fairy tales and how old they really actually are.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
that's a fun one.
they're very
But
old. They're very
some go
old, the
back almost
fairy tales.
4,000 years.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Some go back upwards of 4,000 years. So I will tell you, interesting, very interesting. He may be listening, but he's overestimating his power and his ability to do anything about it. But the voters don't care because he's talking a good game.
Mm-hmm.
The voters will not care that he is talking this in a way they like instead of explaining, I really have jack shit to do with this, but vote me in anyways. All right, I'm sorry. I promise I'm going to try not to stop this every few seconds. I
You
know I
do
say it every
realize,
time.
I know, but you do realize we haven't even gotten through one video.
We're only 2 minutes and 51 seconds into the 7 minute 20-second video.
I
That's our
know.
first video of the day. Yeah, I know. I
Correct.
need to
That's
shut the hell
yeah.
up and just let it play. But I'm
Do I need
struggling
to
here.
do I need to get the frying pan out, perhaps?
Well, good luck running the studio if you knock me out.
Okay. Well, I won't knock you out. I'll just try to knock some sense into you. How's that? Will that
All
work?
right, let's hit. All right, I'm gonna shut up. Let's hit play.
To the very issues that are making it difficult for them to keep calling the city that they love the city that they live in.
I mean, you're running on issues that are very relevant to people in New York City: the cost of housing, free busing. Some have projected, that this is the type of platform that would work in other parts of the country. I mean, you're a proud democratic socialist. Do you think that?
Right there,
She is a piece of frickin' work. I can't. I mean, like, I can't
Democratic
believe she.
Socialist,
Just
my
listen.
ass.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
I mean, I can't believe she even let that leave her lips. And for people that don't
Anyone?
recall, that is Jen Psaki. Other
Yes.
people called her Jen Psaki.
Or
Jen
Saki.
Bind. Yep. Jen Binder Psaki. Uh, she carried around that big
Circle back.
binder. Circle
Circle
back
back.
Psaki. Yep. And she was the press secretary for Joe Biden.
For like what, a year and a half, 2 years?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then
And
she's like, I gotta
so
get the fuck out of here before I'm permanently ruined.
exactly. And she ended up going on various shows like MSDNC, CNN, anywhere she could show her face, she got on, and now they've given her a show. I
And
do
she doesn't
believe,
deserve one.
exactly, and I do believe part of that's kind of how Joy Reid got kicked out, kind of thing. So,
Joy
anyway,
Reid got removed because she's a racist
true.
nut job.
Right. What did Art have to say?
Oh, most voters have no idea what power any politician has. They think the only politicians who matter is the president, and that's who they pay attention to
Attention
in
to.
elections.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to explain the idea of democratic socialist. Socialism is so. Thank you. The words literally, it's oil and water. They cannot blend, no matter how many hyphens you put between them. It will not blend.
Well, they're trying.
Oh my god. Okay. I promised I'd shut up. Let's go.
Think that is a platform that would work for other candidates running in other parts of the country?
Absolutely. I
Yes.
think ultimately this is a campaign about inequality. And you don't have to live in the most expensive city in the country to have experienced that inequality because it's a national issue. And what America
You are a mayor of a city. You cannot fix anything national.
No, but he could help other cities, though.
Help destroy other cities. He looks
Correct.
stoned right there. That was the perfect place to pause it because whatever the hell
Uh
he's
huh.
smoking to give him these socialist ideas that might never work, will probably never work. Like history says they won't work. Whatever he's smoking, it shows in this freeze right here. Actually, let me
Right.
screenshot that bitch. I want to turn this into a meme.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
come on, let's go.
Wait. I gotta take a big enough one so that I can cut it down. And there we
Uh-oh.
go. Now, this stupid motherfucker is stoned for a reason. Uh-oh. I hear a chase.
Yep. Well, now that's another story. Yesterday, I found a golf ball size. Appears to be pus-filled lump on him, and I was gonna see if I could pop it or whatever, but then I decided, nah, it could be a little bit too dangerous. So my man has to go out every couple seconds to go pee. So if it isn't diapers, it's the dog. I don't think I've taken Eric to the
Well,
bathroom yet, but hey, that could be later today. You never know.
you never know. But
Uh
you've also been
huh.
vomited on,
This
so
is true.
it
Hey,
could be
why not?
worse.
Yep. Now, am I going to leash him or? Uh, I just don't have
I
the
would pop
strength
him
in
on a
me.
leash because you know he ain't gonna want to come
He's going
back
to
in.
take off. All right. Oh, the leash is in the
And
other
while you're
room,
doing
though.
that, I'm gonna hit play.
Go ahead.
Americans coast to coast are looking for are people who will fight for them, not just believe in the things that resonate with their lives, but actually fight and deliver on those very things.
No.
And part of how we got to this
Dude.
point was through the endorsements of Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and
There
Senator
you
Bernie
go,
Sanders, who've been
AOC.
leading.
AOC and Bernie
C to the
Sanders are there
rescue.
because kids are stupid.
Hey, she obviously she's not stupid. Look how far she has come in
Con
such a
men are not intelligent. They are just good at making you think they're intelligent.
well, but she's gotten somewhere now, hasn't she?
Yeah, and I could con my fucking way all the way to the top if I was corrupted too.
Well,
And
you
I
might
like what
have
Art
to,
says. You don't represent Americans coast to coast.
right?
You know he's making a bid to go to higher up in
Oh,
politician
definitely.
politics if he's talking that way.
Right. He's thinking, governor, president. Who do they have in the party for president? Nobody.
Oh, but we're going to hire the guy who's never even held a real job in his life.
Oh, well, that's always acceptable. I told you about I had a college professor that was never, ever held a job.
And
Ever.
that's
He was,
not okay.
right. He
I
was a
think in
full-time
order to
student.
teach, you've had to have lived it.
Right. He was a full-time student, worked his way through, PhD level, and then the college hired him.
Yep.
And I told you before, we got into many arguments. He's like, oh, this is the way it should be. And I'm like, but that's not the way what's going on in the real
In the
world.
real world,
Yeah.
yes, there's a thing called reality.
Uh-huh. And he had no reality. And so I was always the one that was in the wrong. And therefore, I ended up just shutting up because
And see,
anything that
that's
I
again
had
part of
to
the
say,
problem. We're all told to just shut up, sit down, and don't
uh-huh,
warn anybody. And that
right,
has cowed our entire society into
uh-huh,
not standing their ground.
right.
And well, my punk ass stands my ground and have taken many F's and had to redo classes because I don't shut the fuck up and I ain't changing.
Well, I
Reality
don't
is what
disagree.
reality is.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that, but at some point it was like, just get the damn degree and move on and do what you can once you have the degree. So
Another
that's kind
option
of
would have
how,
been talk to the students when the professor isn't there to contradict you.
eh, you always have them kiss asses. So anyway, go
Yeah.
ahead, hit play.
Alrighty.
Leading this fight against oligarchy across the country. And I think that
There
in
is
focusing on working people and their struggles, we also return back to what makes so many of us proud to be Democrats in the first place.
Let's talk a little bit about the path forward here, because you still have to win a general election, and that is going to be hard fought, which I know you know. You were on track to defeat Andrew Cuomo. He called you to concede. Afterwards, a couple of times, he seems to have floated this potential plan or consideration of running as an independent. Are you preparing for him to run as an independent in the general election, or do you think it's possible he could drop out entirely before next Tuesday?
I think
Art, you ask if he's just a perpetual student, that explains why has crazy theories. As far as I know, he only ever worked for 3 years in his adult life, and he was working for his mother. From what research
That's
we've been able to pull together.
correct. Correct.
Yes. So that I don't even think he's a perpetual student. I think he's doing what he saw success in Bernie Sanders and AOC, and
Right.
he's got the charm where AOC only has the looks. I bet you that's why half the guys under 30 voted for her, is because of the
Right.
looks. And Bernie, well, he could never get enough pull because everybody kept shutting him down on the Democratic Party.
Yep.
So, yeah,
There.
it's fucked up.
Yeah. If this guy does make any further political, aspirations, they're probably going to wish they put Bernie in and not him. Come on, Chase, get in here. You're right,
I
Crazy B.
know.
It was best that he was on the leash, even though I almost went out the door, but he would have been gone.
Yep.
Ugh, I've had it. When this is over, don't anybody bother me. I'm hiding. I'm shutting my
Okay.
bedroom door, and I'm I can't even talk. I'm hiding.
I don't blame you.
Oh, what a day.
I
Ah,
know.
you know.
All
Anyway, go
right.
ahead. What else
Let's
we got?
Oh, no, we're still got 3
Oh,
minutes
I
and
know. I
approximately 3
know.
minutes.
I know, but I meant what else do we got on this video?
Oh, more bullshit hyping. And then this is only part 1. There's a part
Right.
2 to this video. So, yeah.
I think that everything is possible in this race, as we've seen over many, many months. And ultimately, we are prepared for taking on whomever our opponents may be in November. Because when I started this race, I started it running against Eric Adams' second term, running to finally have a city government that sought to resolve the affordability crisis, not exacerbate it. And when Eric Adams dropped out of the Democratic primary, it was Andrew Cuomo that picked up the mantle of that second term. The same donors, the same corruption, the same small vision funded by big money. And we have now defeated that vision in this.
I love how he fails to mention that Eric Adams left the Democratic Party and is still running as an independent.
Right. I'm not sure though at the time of this airing if Adams had come out and said he was running independent. So that is possible.
Art says if this day gets any worse, sounds like D will be entering witness protection.
I'm going somewhere, I'm telling you that, where they can't find me. I can't be thrown up on. Oh, we
I
we
feel
won't
you.
have people, yeah, we won't have people liking stuff that we have no idea where it came from.
Yeah. Explain
Yeah,
how there's two of us in a
yes.
chat, but there is a person who liked my comment that wasn't D and it wasn't
Yep,
me.
yep. Who was
How's
it?
that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And nobody has access to it except the two of us. Well,
And those
the
who run
feds.
Discord and the
Yes,
feds. Yeah.
correct. Yep.
So somebody was watching our convo.
Uh-huh. And the funny thing
Anywho.
is there was nothing to it, and those dumbasses liked something that they should have never even
All
liked.
I said is that the boys were so adorable, and there was an
Uh-huh.
extra like on it.
Mm-hmm. Heart too
How?
to boot. A heart to boot.
Yeah, a purple heart. They liked the one
Uh-huh.
you already tapped.
Uh-huh.
But what's wild is it only showed up on my end.
Right. And not mine. She had to screen share it. So
So
you
either
tell
it's
us what's
glitched really bad or it's the NSA finally slipped up.
eh, I like number two the best, but you never
I do
know.
too. We can blame them.
All
It's
right.
much easier to blame them. All right. Let's get through these last few moments.
In this primary, and I'm prepared to defeat that vision in the general, no matter who it is that's carrying it.
If Andrew Cuomo drops out, he had a lot of big money backers. Do you think they're going to big money back Eric Adams? Is that what you're preparing for?
I think that it's possible. I also think that we have found exactly the way to defeat organized money, which is organized people. We're speaking about a scale of a campaign that we haven't seen in the city in a long time. And ultimately, we believe in a politics of no translation, one that is both direct to the struggles of working people's lives and also delivered directly. And there is nothing more direct than a New Yorker knocking on another New Yorker's door. And that has been such a key part of this campaign's ability to break through more than $30 million in opposition spending, where New Yorkers were blanketed with attack ads, whether it be when they were turning on their television, their radio, opening their mailbox, or even just watching YouTube. And we were still able to triumph over that.
Both Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer, obviously two Democratic leaders, that have had some, I guess, nice things to say. I could describe them as about you, but didn't
Eric,
endorse
Whoa!
you and still haven't
I'm
endorsed.
so
You okay?
sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Eric just walked in and scared the living frickin' daylights out of me. I told you, one more thing happened. I am holy frickin' shit. I have the podcasters going on. Because you scared the shit out of me. Yeah, they can hear. They heard me scream at the top of my lungs. Honest to God,
I had
I'm
to
so
pause.
sorry.
I thought you fell or something.
I am so sorry. I can't even talk right now. I'm working my way into the bedroom and he's right up behind me. I have my headphones on because I didn't want to disturb the baby. And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to leave them on. I never heard him. He came right up behind me. Oh, somebody's
Oh my God, Dee.
just
It's
wait till
okay.
we're done. No, it ain't. How loud,
Oh,
how loud was it? Did I pay you
it
back
was
for the,
loud. It was
did
loud.
I Did I pay you back for the earlier thing you did to me? Is it,
I
are we
don't
now?
know. It didn't startle or scare me, but I
Okay.
certainly thought you maybe got hurt.
Oh, honest to God, you can't make this shit up.
Actually, you could,
Oh,
but we're going to just count it as real because it happened live.
oh, I'm telling you, my heart is, I don't know where it
And
is.
you're, yeah, it went out your
It,
throat, up your nose, past the top of your head.
I don't even know if it's back or not. Woo. Oh,
Oh my God. That was kind of funny. I'm glad you're okay, though. Oh, and Blue Rose just comes back. I bet she missed the screech.
oh
Or
my
she's about
God.
to get it if there's a lag.
Woo, man, he scared the living daylights out of me. See, that's why I don't
Oh,
like wearing headphones.
well, that's
Oh,
it's
all right,
part of
go ahead.
life. But yeah.
I'm just
All right.
gonna lay. I'm gonna lay down here and die.
Oh, don't die.
Oh,
You'll be all right.
oh,
Take a breathe.
yep. I'm shaking.
All
I am
right.
literally shaking like a leaf.
Well, that might
Woo,
be you need to eat something too.
probably. Oh,
All right. Let's hit play. Missed it. What happened? Dee screamed at the top of her lungs because Eric startled her.
startled it.
Just back it
Startled
up a
isn't
few
the.
minutes.
Yeah, startled isn't the word. I'd say scared the shit out of me.
Oh, that too. That is an option. Anywho,
Oh,
all right,
go
let
ahead.
me go ahead, hit play.
Endorsed you almost 24 hours after Andrew Cuomo.
I wonder if I should go ahead and clip that and turn it into a short.
Too short. Go ahead. Yeah, that's a good one. We were talking about that stuff earlier today. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll edit out
Oh,
the
oh, oh, you're amused, aren't you? I don't think I ever heard you so happy.
it might be entertaining.
Uh-huh.
Just a random scream and oh my
Uh-huh.
god, he scared me. But I could make it to where the scream was because of Mamdani talking about free busing or
There
free
you go.
groceries.
There you go. Okay, that'd be cool. Put that together.
That's what's so
Woo.
scary.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
I'm
let's hit
dying.
play.
Go ahead.
Andrew Cuomo called you to concede. Why do you think that is?
Well, I appreciated both of their remarks, both their acknowledging of the focus of this campaign on affordability, and also with Senator Schumer having worked with him closely to deliver close to $500 million in debt relief for thousands of working class taxi drivers, as well as successfully defeat a proposal to build a frack gas power plant in my district of Astoria in western Queens. And I think what we are seeing in this moment is an understanding of the mandate that New Yorkers have given us to deliver on this affordability, and also the fact that we will wait a few more days to see the actual final results of this, although we know that we have won this race even without the assistance of ranked choice voting.
Do you? I don't think endorsements win elections necessarily, but there's not a lot of proof of that in history. But do you want their support, or do you not care if they come out and forcibly endorse you?
I want their support, and I want the support of any leader across this city and this state and this country, because ultimately what we are looking to show New Yorkers is the fact that this is an ever-expanding coalition. It's not one that is trying to keep tabs of when people join this fight. It's one that's looking to actually deliver on this fight. And what that means is ensuring we use every single tool at our disposal to freeze the rent, to make buses fast and free, and to deliver universal child care.
That ending statement
Well,
will be the perfect one to lead up to your scream.
okay. That's fine. That'll work. I
Oh
mean,
my god.
his whole concept. I mean, doesn't he understand what's going to happen if he makes landlords freeze rent?
Yeah.
They'll end up either kicking the people that live there out. They will not make necessary
Landlords will leave the
repairs.
area.
Correct.
Landlords
They
will
will
move
not.
out.
Yeah, they won't make the necessary repairs that are required. I mean, it's
Hmm.
going to be a huge mess.
And he
Now,
doesn't give a shit
they,
because all
right,
he wants is the votes.
right. And they're already doing things like certain people on a daily basis are not paying to ride the subway or the buses. They're jumping
Uh-huh.
turnstiles. They're just getting on and walking on and right past the bus driver. And what the
Yup.
bus driver's job isn't to engage with a passenger because they didn't pay. So it
Yeah, their
already,
job is not security.
right. So this stuff is already has begun happening.
It's
And nothing's,
scary.
yeah, and nothing's being done to stop it.
And nothing will be done because,
Uh-uh.
people want everything for free.
And well, go ahead, continue.
All righty. Oh no, that's it for the video. Um,
Oh, okay.
we got 20 minutes. Do we want to try to get through the second part?
Yeah, go ahead.
All righty, give me one moment.
One moment, please. We apologize for today's programming. If you stuck with us this long, congratulations.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
you've got to be
too.
kidding me. The video's corrupted. Oh, you've
Oh,
got to be kidding me.
well, do we have any articles?
Yeah. I can have you
Go.
read this article while I'm trying to. Oh no, because I got to scroll it down as we go. Well, if you want part two, the link is in the description.
Yeah, and it's basically more of the same shit. So
It's more ass kissing.
yeah, you got Jen Psaki and Mandami. So uh, this one is New York Mayor Eric Adams rips into Mamdani's socialist agenda, says he doesn't have the authority to tax the
Oh,
rich. I'm competing against him because this is not a socialist city, Adams said. Now, this is dated from Saturday, June the 28th.
yeah.
Okay, so
Do you need me to
New
enlarge
York,
it?
no, it's okay. New York City Mayor Eric Adams has ripped into Democratic mayoral nominee Zohran Mamdani's so-called socialist agenda, saying he doesn't have the authority to tax the wealthiest New Yorkers. Interestingly enough, they didn't put in there that it was going to be the white wealthy or the whiter wealthy. In a political upset Tuesday night, Mamdani, a self-described democratic socialist, beat former Governor Andrew Cuomo in the Democratic primary. Mamdani will be on the ballot against Adams, who dropped out of the primary to run as an independent after his corruption charges were dropped by the Trump administration. Cuomo is also staying in the race on the fight and deliver ballot line, CNN reported, citing unnamed sources. Mamdani, who started as a little-known Queens assemblyman, is campaigning on affordability for average New Yorkers. He has promised to freeze rent for stabilized units and make buses free. Scroll up, please. Thank you. That's Eric Adams. In an interview with CNN, Eric Burnett Thursday evening, Mamdani said freezing the rent doesn't cost the city any money, but making buses free would cost around $700 million. He defended his proposed social programs, saying they would be paid for in part by increasing the income taxes on the top 1% of New Yorkers by 2%. Adams criticized Mamdani's platform while on the lead with Jake Tapper Friday evening, telling the CNN host, I'm competing against him because this is not a socialist city. It's unclear what Adams meant by a socialist city. The key characteristic on socialism is that the government controls the means of production rather than private citizens. The New York Times described democratic socialism in a recent article as an ideology rooted in its opposition to capitalism and wanting to shift power to workers from corporations. Adams said
Oh,
Mamdani
Mussolini.
doesn't. Mhm. Adams said Mamdani doesn't have the authority to raise income tax on the top 1% of New Yorkers. Assemblymen have that authority, and that's who he is. He couldn't do it in the New York State Assembly. How are you going to deliver it as the mayor of the city?
Uh huh.
So, a couple, scroll, is there more crazy B?
Uh huh.
Yes. Okay. The mayor also said Mamdani had the authority to make buses free in the assembly and that he gave Mamdani a pilot project for it, which he failed to carry out. Adams argued with Tapper when the host said Mamdani has the authority to freeze the rent. There's an independent rent guideline board that independently makes their decisions, so he does not have the authority to do that, the mayor insisted. Scroll up,
Oh,
please.
sorry. My hand.
Mamdani did say during this interview with Burnett that freezing the rent is something that's determined by the rent guideline boards composed of 9 members, but that the mayor picks each of those members. Scroll up. There you go. Since Adams took office in 2022, the board has raised the rent each year, the city reported. While Mamdani may wish to replace members of the board, if he's elected, it may not be that easy as board members are appointed to terms as long as 4 years.
Is there more? Nope, that's it.
Okay, so scroll back up, Crazy Bee, to keep going. Um, Scroll back up. Uh,
We're almost to the top. Oh, we are
okay,
at the
go back.
top.
Yeah, go back down a little bit. There was a comment, something I wanted to mention. I could have stopped it. Hmm, oh well, if it comes back to me, hmm, nothing's coming back. Who am I kidding? It's gone. Whatever. Um,
It happens.
yeah, I know stuff is a little bit crazy today. With Adams, uh, the one thing I really don't understand, I mean, I do, but I don't, and I don't understand why he just didn't stay as a Democrat. Did he really think he was going to win the votes as an independent?
I don't know. But
You
maybe he
know,
just couldn't stand the Democratic Party anymore, like so many have, and decided,
right.
peace out, biatch. And yeah,
I do know that I heard, and I think Art made mention of it, where they really didn't have the turnout in the city that they should have, that it was low
that was part of
turnout.
the Piers Morgan interview. I don't know if
Okay,
it's been in any other places, but only
okay.
like 5% actually
Hmm.
showed up to vote. And Art did say something. He goes, "Oh, so he's the product of really low voter turnout, ranked choice voting. Yeah, people are just that
Hmm.
stupid." Mhm. Uh-huh. And uh-huh some more.
And they do get ranked. That's the other thing is so they get those extra little points.
Uh-huh. And that's what's scary and alarming is that
Hmm.
that kind of shit can happen.
Yes, it is.
So, oh, looks like we
Well,
had more comments. Freezing the rent will reduce available rentals, so it will eventually impact the city, although it won't cost the city anything. And
hmm.
after the Trump pardon, the Dems wouldn't support Adam. That's why he left the party. Okay, that makes sense. That makes plenty of sense. Still in the middle of a
Hmm.
podcast. Behave yourself. Someone's about to get tased. Y'all
You
are going
got
to hear
one
me
too.
tase them.
You got
I'm
one
going
too. Go
to tase
ahead.
someone.
Scream at the top of your lungs. It'll be okay.
Oh, he didn't scare me or startle me. He just irritates
No,
the
but you
fuck
can.
out of me some days.
I don't know where my heart is still.
Oh, it's beating.
Lord.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be talking.
I guess it's somewhere. All right. So are we cutting it short for today, given our
I
current
think we can.
situation?
And then I think it's smart to do while I figure out what the hell happened to that video and how it ended up corrupted. And if
Uh,
I can redo it, but probably not going to. I will just jump to the next one and they can go do the dang research and find that video on their own.
okay.
I
That
mean, the
sounds
link
like
will
a
be in the
plan.
description, so it's not like, it's hard to find.
Right, right. Okay, well, we appreciate everybody coming in today and supporting us. I would say this rate's like really up at the top as one of our worst days we've ever had. At least for
Oh,
me, it
yeah.
has been.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
for me,
Same here.
yeah, yeah. I would almost categorize it as maybe the number one. What do you think?
It probably could have been. I mean, we've
Hmm.
had so many tech issues today, mental issues, just
Right?
everything going chaotic. You getting kicked in and out, the storms, all this stuff. Yeah.
Oh, fudge. Well, for all of those that are listening, we appreciate your support while we experience technical difficulties, childcare difficulties, spouses scaring the crap out of their wives difficulties, uh, partners giving the other partner a hard time, or ex-partner, or roommate, or whatever you want to be called. Uh, what else, Crazy B? Oh, getting kicked
Uh,
out of the studio today, what, 4 times? I think it was, five
4
maybe.
times, and not including my bad restarts when I started it in the first place. Because for some reason I didn't get the links correct, and it's like, "Oh, we can't connect to the studio. We can't connect to the studio." And it's like,
Hmm.
"What?" And then, yep, it all worked. So, yeah, it's just been a rough day. We were 20 minutes late getting everything started, and then you take into consideration all the other stuff that's been going on, and yeah, we're
Right.
done. We're pulled
Yeah.
off a lot. I think that's plenty.
Well, I think that that just gives you a preview of what's to come for tomorrow with Mamdani. We will try to be on time, on point. Uh,
Sorry. I'll try. I don't well, you can try. I make no promises.
I will make every attempt
Oh, are
to
great. Now I
provide.
have no excuse. I've got to go hobble off to do the dishes.
Uh, oh, he was using us as the excuse not to do dishes.
Yep.
I have a sink. I have a sink full myself. Fudge bucket balls. That's
Oh,
all I
same
have to
here.
say.
Same here.
Right. Oh yeah, I got to change. Oh my gosh, what a day. Anyway,
I
I'm
hear.
I'm sorry guys. I'm whipped. I'm just. It did not start out that way. I had a nice shower and was hoping everything would be okay, and that didn't work out
I'm
that way.
done. I'm
Yep.
done. I am
Oh God.
exhausted. I need a nap. I've got videos I got to finish editing and pray for my sanity.
Yeah, I got videos to send to you too. Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, well, wait,
Sure.
wait, hold on. Wait, I could create a file I could create a document in our shared drive if you'd like. Dated
Along with
what, 2 different ways?
10
Dated
other
two.
ones.
Oh my God. That was even funnier this week. I haven't been feeling well and I'm trying to don't ask why, well, that's another whole nother conversation, but I created a separate document to put what I would like Crazy V to look at and perhaps edit. She calls me and she's like, Dee, which document am I to be looking at? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's the one that's for July the 8th. She goes, you have two of them in there. I'm like, no, I do not. She goes, yes, you do. Hmm.
Half my problem is getting you to believe me that there's.
I love it. Getting you to believe me. Ah, oh, I love that. That's priceless. Oh my gosh. You know what? That would make an excellent short too, Crazy Bee. You know that. That would be a really good short.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain why I
Uh,
can't find it. No, it's
uh-huh.
there. Uh-huh, I'm sure it
Yep.
is. It's just which one.
Yeah, what did I do? I wrote Tuesday out and then I
One said
abbreviated.
Tuesday, July 8th. The other just said July 8th.
Mhm.
And yeah, I ended up
Yeah.
having to condense them into one because I was getting confused as to which the fuck one I was supposed to get which from. So I just finally combined them into one and deleted the other one.
Oh, that was
Oh,
disturbing. And then
yeah.
she goes, yeah, and then she says, you do realize that there are tabs that you could be using at the bottom of the page now, don't
On the
you?
side to create
Uh-huh.
a bunch of documents
Well, they're
into
on,
it.
yeah, they're on the bottom for me on the tablet. And I'm like, yes, ma'am, I do know that, but for some reason, I just don't like using it. And she's like, that's because you're antiquated.
I didn't say antiquated.
Well, you
You
said
used
you,
that word. I described
no,
it.
yeah, you described it, and I was able to come up with the word. It was like we were playing,
But it could have also been out of date. Antiquated and out of date are similar words. They're
right,
similes.
right,
And we could get a
right,
thesaurus and keep going, but it was the
uh-huh.
politest way of saying you're
It's
just not up
saying
to date on the
old,
system and you will be
right,
good.
uh-huh,
And
right.
one day
I
you'll get
got you.
there or you won't. And I did kind of make that comment about my grandparents with cell phones and
Yes,
laugh because
yes,
I am just as bad when it
uh-huh,
comes to many things. You should have seen
uh-huh.
me with the gaming stuff that they wanted me to start on. And I'm like, what do
Oh
I
yeah,
wear? When? How? I am just as bad. I am guilty as I call everybody else out. I know I am. And yeah, we're good.
yeah, but you've gotten a whole lot better on that in the gaming realm. You've really
Yeah,
come,
to a degree.
you've come pretty far. I'd say wait, well, when I'm not really a gamer, so
Well, I
I really
wasn't
don't.
either.
Yeah,
Other than
right.
Tetris, I was not in the gaming industry.
Tetris. That's an older game, you know.
Oh, yeah, I
Um,
know. And I enjoy it.
mhm.
And I'm good at
Yes,
it.
yeah, so am I. I like Tetris. All right, people. I'm done. I'm out. We appreciate anybody that has been hanging around. Please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. That helps us beat the YouTube algorithms and keeps the feds off our back. No, I'm just kidding about the feds, but
It actually encourages them to come find us more.
exactly, yeah. So please try to subscribe if you can. That would mean a lot to us. And if you can't
It
do
would.
that, at least give us a like. That would be uh,
It's
extremely
always
helpful.
appreciated.
Correct. So with that being said, I am done. I'm cooked. They put a fork in me, and I am done.
A little overdone.
Uh,
Maybe a little bit burnt.
you bet you. I'm telling you, I'm kicking your ass. Make that a short film.
Tired.
You know
You
what
know
I
how I
mean?
get when I'm tired. You know how I
Just
get when
you
I'm
were,
tired.
yeah, you were just like on point. I'm hanging up before you say another damn thing about me. I mean, like, you got another short ready to roll. Jeez,
Just
girl.
remember the FBI never knocks, they just break the door down.
Whew.
All right, guys. Y'all stay
All
safe,
right.
stay
Have a good
sane, stay
evening. Yep.
sober. We'll
Take
see y'all
care. Good night.
tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night.